The numbers were undeniable. 176,563 years. That's how long the star had till collapse. Then, annihilation of everything in this solar system, including Alistair's home. He stood staring out the window of the space station, with the bottle lazily hanging in his hand. He took a swig of the liquor. Alistair brought his findings to the bureaucrats as soon as he was sure. He showed them the data, pressed the urgency, and they simply asked, "Are you sure?" "Of course I'm sure, you damn fools!" Alistair swigged the bottle again, and he looked to the button, glowing a majestic red on its metal panel. I guess it doesn't matter now. Alistair made the discovery just over a millennia ago. The bureaucrats discussed and ranted for over 50 years. And when they were finally finished, they simply asked, "Are you sure stars can die?" Alistair drank again as the memory invaded his mind. "Yes, I'm certain," is what he said. What he wanted to do was start beating them with the data slate that he used to show his findings. Maybe then they'd believe him. Of course, he somewhat understood their skepticism. This was the first dying star, after all. Fate had seen fit to cradle them in the first star to die in all the universe. At least according to Alistair's knowledge. He had only been studying the stars for a few millennia. Very little data to go on. Alistair began working on the project soon after facing the ignorant skepticism of the bureaucrats. It was only completed about a century ago, and for this past century, the button, the dying star, and the bottle kept Alistair company through all his observations. He did his best to keep the button out of sight as he drank. He built this station to better observe the star, to understand the nature of its inevitable death, and then to stop it. This project was a complete success. With one press of that damn thing, I could add approximately 7.8 billion years to our star's life cycle, and it would only take a millennia to ready the station to do it again, Alistair thought. And yet, the station has been completed for 100 years, and Alistair never pressed the button. For there was one piece of data, one cosmic joke so funny he could tell no one else. His people had taken to the stars ages ago. They conquered the lifeless marbles scattered throughout the cosmos and laid careful observation to any form of existence that they could find. They were the first, you see. Every world they visited was quiet. Yes, life existed, but only in its earliest forms. Single-celled, primitive, gestating. The others have not arrived yet. We were the first to a party that haven't even had the invitations set out yet. This probably had to do with their star's rapid life cycle. The excess radiation likely pushed their species past the pace of others. And in this lied the truth that held their salvation at bay. The projections showed that when their star died, it would scatter the building blocks of life across the galaxy. Radiation, heat, rare elements formed in its final breath. A glorious seeding of the galaxy, only at the cost of one star. So there it was, 176,000 years, and then the invitations could be sent. Alistair drank again as he looked at the pale marble orbited by satellites and moons. Of course they could relocate. He had the plans. Mass migration, full planetary resettlement. It would take 50 years at most. Possible, manageable. But of course, there would be the stubborn holdouts. Those who are too blinded by the light of today to see the magnificence of tomorrow. They'll die on this world just to prove they would. But further than stubborn fools, This was our birthplace, our cradle, Alistair thought, where we grew from infants and teenagers to the custodians of our precious galaxy. Look at all we've built, how far we've come, raised from the dirt and taken to the stars. We've become so much more than the animals we were born as, all from this one marble. Alistair held the bottle to line 90 degrees with his throat. Why the hell would we want to remember this damned world anyway? Alistair yelled. All our failures, centuries of setbacks. All we built, its foundation is blood and failure and mistakes. Our empire is built on senseless ineptitude. Let the thing burn. Could we really trade a universe of new minds, new music, new gods for this? For comfort? For memory? How would I tell our unborn brothers and sisters that their right to exist must be measured against another's comfort? Alistair drank all the liquid left in the bottle. His eyes blurred, and he felt the thought creep in. The thought he had been running from the past 100 years. Were we damned to die here? Sentenced to death long before we were even born. Did you set us a timer and we simply outran it? Tell me! Are we not of the same ilk of our coming kin? Born of the stars and promised to the void? Or were we a test, a trial, and now the pieces are in place for your true chosen? Well, now we can break the game and flip the table. Did you know that? Did you plan for this? What are we to you? Tears ran down Alistair's face as he waited for the answer. Alistair looked back to the button, dutifully waiting. The fate of trillions in the hands of one. What kind of justice is that? Alistair looked to the wall as he watched the cleaning bot sweep away the shattered glass. Then he looked at the button, still glowing, still waiting. To press it was to save the world. To leave it was to give the galaxy a chance to bloom. That simple choice was still no less daunting to make.